My friend, do you have troubles? Is your website just a white screen? Are your forms not working? Do you need some help? Oh yeah. Oh, you need a plugin, maybe a dev. We're solving all your WordPress blues on WP Blab. Woo! Hey, I almost had that perfectly lip synced. You missed it.
Woo, indeed.
Jeez.
Exactly. Man. What's up, everyone? This is Jason Tucker. We got Bridget. Today, we are talking all about WordPress. This is WP Blab. We record this every week, Thursday at 7:30-ish Pacific. So make sure you stop by. We record this over at blab.im. It's a awesome little service of being able to check out all the cool stuff that we do on Blab, and you can you actually participate. You can jump in here and ask questions and do all those fun things. We also have a chat, so you can type in /Q your question and ask the chat room a question, and we'll be more than happy to answer it. And lastly, we also do stuff through Twitters and stuff. So if you go on Twitter and do hashtag AskWPBlab, you can ask a question, and we will collect those and put them in a Google Doc and hopefully answer them during the next episode. Bridget, tell folks a little bit about you. What do you got? What are some of the things that you've been into lately, WordPress-wise?
My plugin review for Image Inject came out.
Nice.
Never happened to bloggers since sliced bread and WordPress. Oh, yeah, Matt Cromwell told me about it. I'm like, what? Where's this been my whole life? I love that you can
what does that plugin do?
It adds like a box that, when you're writing in the dashboard or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I feel super stupid.
So it adds a box.
What are those called? Meta boxes?
Yeah, it's a meta box.
It adds a meta box, and then you can move it up or down or whatever. And then what you do is, like if you just want a featured, you could use it for like images wherever, but I just use it for a featured image. I just want one image and I want to be done. I don't want to spend more time on the graphic than writing the damn thing in the first place. It's ridiculous. Seriously, have you you get into this black hole of Flickr, and then Flickr doesn't really let you right click and steal it. You gotta click the little arrow to share it, and then you copy that code, and then you put it in a text editor, and then you go find the image link, the actual image link. Then you have to paste it into your browser, and then you can right click and save it. That's so ridiculous. So anyway,
so it's not very many things, is what you're saying.
I mean, it's kind of it's complicated for somebody like me.
It's complicated. There's a bunch of stuff. I hate doing repetitive tasks.
Well, not just that, but it's a waste of time. When this is exactly what automation was made for. So it makes a box. You could put in there, like what I did. I typed in plug, and then you can't believe what the people upload to Flickr. It automatically only shows you Creative Commons, which is even better because that's what you don't want to get sued, right? I actually knew somebody who had a third party write her blog for a business, and they got a bill.
Not good.
Yeah, for $1,500 for using somebody else's photo. It's no joke. It's no joke. Anyway,
and it sucks because that's like the basic amount of money too. That's like the base rate to start, and then they're like, "Oh, it's been there for 6 years," and then it just goes nuts.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I swear I didn't touch it. Views and just ridiculous. Anyway, so when you type it in, you can find a picture that's available. It works with some other thing, but who cares? I only like Flickr. And then you can, it'll pop up a little box, like a dialog box. Is that what it's called? Dialog. And then you pick featured image. It knows what size it's supposed to be for your theme, which is even better. And then it auto inserts it and puts the attribution at the very bottom. In like 2 seconds, you're done.
Oh.
And then you could just post it. I just see. I mean, some of my friends use 5 to 10 images in their blog post, and I just feel like that makes it too. I mean, it breaks it up, but
it has to download too. So there's that.
I mean, it could slow it down. I don't know. But for me, I'm just too lazy for 500 images. I just want one so it looks good when I share it on. Right? You want the featured image so it looks good when you share it.
You want at least one featured image.
Yeah, sure. For the open graph data. And so that thing's a lifesaver. It's on every WordPress blog I have now. All three of them.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah,
make sure you put that in our show notes so we can get other people to check that out.
Smart, I promise.
Awesome. But really, you should share the your review of it.
Yeah, I'll find it.
Put that link in there.
It's on our blog. It's easy to find because you go wordimpress.com/blog, and then it's easy to find it.
Nice. Did it used to be something crazy, and then you're like, come on, guys, like you need to have it /blog?
No, but it's just funny. I just saw this article today that said it shouldn't be called a blog. I'm like, what is it supposed to be called? Marketing.
You need to
content?
type in web blog.
My super awesome ideas. I am the smartest writer ever. I don't know. It was interesting, but it also had a heat map. It said it's better if your navigation's on the left because people scan web pages in an F. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently he made his this guy made his conversions go from 2 to like 26% or something ridiculous like that.
Wow.
I know. So whatever.
Let's see. Should we answer some questions?
We
actually have questions today.
Woo!
I didn't look to see if we had any questions in our Google Doc. Did you by chance look in the Google Doc?
That.
Yeah, it's on the internet.
I know that you shared it with me, but I can look up a hashtag.
That looked like work, and I don't want to do that. You don't pay me for this junk.
Try not to call.
Let's take a look here and see. I know. I'm sorry. I'm giving you a hard time here. It's just been a long day today.
Yeah, I hear that.
Long day. It's been crazy. So let's see here. Let's go and we'll just go in order here. So let's see. Here we go. And by the way, if we're answering your question and you're in the chat, we'd love to have you hop in and we could even just kind of talk a little bit about it. We're typically here for about an hour and a half. So sometimes we've gone 2 hours. It just depends on if we feel like we need to go to bed or whatever. But let's see here. What is the best way to get users logged in by using an outside user auth database? Come on, we talked about this last week. Wasn't this your question
on water cooler this week?
This was. So if you go to WPwatercooler, go to WPwatercooler.com and click on the link there. I complained a whole bunch about that, Roz. So go over there and check that out. We talked a lot about dealing with OAuth and dealing with just authentication in general using. Let's see here. For me, at my work, we're using it for Google. So being able to have people authenticate using Google instead of having to come up with some other way of going about it. Yep, Grant, exactly. Use /Q and then your question, and we'd be more than happy to show it up on the screen here and answer your question, unless we answered it on WPwatercooler last week.
Well, it's this week. It wasn't even last week. It was 4 days ago.
It was this week. This calendar week.
It was a big debate about whether or not anybody should be on any social media things at all. Which of course I was totally outraged by. I was sitting there yelling at my screen like, "What are you guys saying? Take it back!"
You were just yelling at me. Say that's all you were doing. Everybody else was in agreement with you except for Say. Oh boy. So if you wanted to come in and ask a question about it, we can open the seat up and have you hop in and we can talk a little bit about it if you like. If you're in the middle of something or whatever, we can circle back around. But looks like you had a couple questions in here, so we'll kind of jump through them here. Let's see here. How about this one? What is the best e-commerce platform to use in sync with WordPress? What do you think?
I've never used it, but Woo gets a lot of. I mean, they sent me
Woo
a T-shirt.
Woo gets a lot of love.
And automatic bottoms, so I would say I would start with WooCommerce.
If you get a T-shirt about it, then you should definitely be mentioning it, right?
They must be something. They spent money to send me a T-shirt.
No, WooCommerce is good stuff. They're part of WordPress now, so yeah, a lot of folks are using WooCommerce. There's other ones that are out there. There's ones that are just not even a WordPress related. See, now they have to pay us for the plug. So yeah, check out WooCommerce. WooCommerce is good stuff. If I remember correctly, WooCommerce is free for the actual plugin or theme setup itself, and then you pay for the additional kind of features that you want to add on to it, like payment gateways and all the other fun stuff. So take a look at that one. That one's good stuff. Let's see here. Here's another question. What is best social wall feed plugin?
What do they mean by social wall?
It's probably like, everything. So if somebody posts something on Instagram, it shows up with a photo. It's kind of the masonry style.
I've seen those websites that do that, but not plugin.
There's a couple of jQuery libraries that are out there that do this. Trying to remember the one that I used. I used one for a WordCamp where I was sitting at the WordCamp and I wanted to see all this stuff kind of fly by, but I didn't want to have to keep hitting refresh, so I just built one real fast and found somebody who had it and kind of threw all the people. Well, I didn't go write a bunch of jQuery or anything, but I found a library and was like, oh, I'll put this on the website.
It's usually aggregates a hashtag, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. So there's a jQuery social stream plugin that's that is part of Code Canyon. I'll put that in the links here so you can take a look at that one. There's a bunch of these and they're all over the place. So definitely.
I remember my favorite one that's on the internet too. It takes up all those.
It's like Social Wall or one of. I remember.
It's driving me crazy. I can't remember. Like I said, cough medicine. I mean, I think it's cool. Like one of the, I feel like it was Orlando WordCamp.
Yeah.
Huge screen where all the things were. I mean, when I say huge screen, I mean walking into Circuit City huge. Hey, look, it's Matt Cromwell.
I guess we'll let him in.
It's the ghost of Matt Cromwell.
Will it be the ghost of Matt Cromwell past or future?
It might be a mobile issue sometimes. Mobile's annoying.
Will it be old man Cromwell or will it be a younger Cromwell? Let's see. So there's a bunch of them out there. I haven't used one myself that's for WordPress. It was mainly just finding one that uses jQuery. And the reason why I wanted that was I didn't really want to store that stuff. We talked about this. I think it was on Watercooler. We talked about kind of a way of ingesting Instagram content and then displaying it on the website. Say even talked about putting it into the media library. But that type of stuff. But I think when you're doing something that's more of a social wall, what you're really looking for is something that's going to auto update itself.
Right.
So as the day goes on, the thing updates itself. So yeah, I'd poke around a little bit. I mean, I found an article over on ManageWP that did some stuff about this, but it's more like social stream type things. But take a look at that and see if that will help you out. Like we're saying, folks, if you're watching this at home and you want to ask some questions, type in /Q space and in your question, and we'd be more than happy to answer your question. Hey, Bridget. So tell me a little bit about I'm starting a nonprofit. Not starting a nonprofit, but starting a support group type thing for nonprofits.
A meetup?
So people that are, so for people that run a nonprofit and they need help running tech or being able to do pretty much anything that we do kind of at our church, where it's like either audio video stuff, social media stuff, Twitter stuff, website stuff. Could be anything. Could be even setting up a blab or something like that. But we're kind of going through kind of getting all these pieces together to do it. And I was just kind of curious, like, what is it that you guys do with your nonprofit, and like how have you guys been having any challenges regarding technology stuff? I mean, I know you're talking about WordPress having
other
some
than
issues.
The SSL certificate for my host, wanting my firstborn child. Well, I mean, our nonprofit's called Pardon Prodigals, and we've been working with the transitionally homeless in Anaheim since 2001.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, some people are maybe on their way down to the street, and some people maybe are on the way back up. A lot of times they're living in motels, a bunch of them together, or whatever. Anyway, so we feed them and stuff like that. We're looking for a building right now to meet in, because we lost our meeting location last March. So now they're just in the park. But Anaheim is kind of cracking down on groups that feed the homeless. It's like they're stray cats, and if you feed them, they'll stay. That's kind of how they're treating them. But kind of the good thing is we're kind of low key, so nobody's told us not to do it anymore. It's a weird situation. I mean, how do you not, give somebody a meal? It's just bizarre. So mostly they, because rent, like we were going to maybe rent a school, but it was very expensive. Our last place was $500 for a Friday night for like 5 hours or something. And it was some ridiculous amount of money. And it's basically just 5 board members and then a few other people. We're very small. So we don't have that kind of budget. And they're like, well, why don't you give on your site? And then, maybe we could fundraise that way. But I do all the web geekery, social media, all that kind of stuff. I think the biggest problem is, like right now, I haven't been going because I just can't stand out in the park. I'm too old for that. At night with no.
Is this like Paul Park or something like that?
It's Maxwell Park at Orange and Magnolia. Okay. Anyway, gotcha. So I think our biggest problem, as far as my husband, who's the president or whatever, is getting people to tell the stories so that I could get that on the blog.
Right.
That's always been our problem is, there's so much happening and you don't want to like tell anybody's story that's insensitive, but also you want people to know that you're making a difference.
Right.
So it's a really awkward situation because like now I'm learning so much
tell me everything
about,
so I can tell the world.
Well, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
learning a lot about fundraising and, just from working for Give and all the things that we read and things like that. And you have to tell the story, and people aren't going to connect with your ministry unless they connect with you or your organization or whatever. And they want to believe what you believe, and they want to know that they make a difference. And so you can't do that without. So for us, it's not the technology. Well, besides the stupid SSL certificate, it's not the technology. it's getting people to sit down and write something for us to put on the internet. It's very frustrating.
But that sounds like more of a doing like a creative writing type piece, or here's how you can kind of train that part of you to start learning how to write more for that type of topic. What things should you be looking for in that topic arena to kind of
just give me a picture and write it, and I'll edit it anyway. Who cares? But it's they just don't think like that. They're just people that don't think like that. So that's our biggest challenge. That's our thing for our nonprofit. It's not the technology; it's the storytelling and that goes along with the fundraising and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great idea. I mean, obviously, there's a Facebook group, WordPress for Nonprofits, which
Yep, I'm starting to get involved in that. Yeah, I haven't done any posting or anything in there regarding this project that I'm working on, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting that going here pretty soon.
Yeah, they have needs, you know. Some of the
Right.
I mean, not every website that looks amazing. I don't know how to say it without sounding mean, and I'm not a designer either.
Right.
I think that's probably most people's biggest challenge is putting a website together that's visually appealing and mobile responsive or whatever.
Come on, folks, use Flash.
WordPress, like that's
right. Exactly.
And a lot of people that volunteer, they're not necessarily techie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing it because they have a passion for whatever they're doing, whether they're saving the seals in Laguna Beach or whatever they're doing. It usually has to do with the object of the. I mean, I promise everybody, if you're the first time watcher, I'm usually have more words.
No, I get what you're saying. This is why I'm building this thing, is that I want people to focus on the thing that they're doing. Yeah, because I want people to focus on the thing that they're doing, not the thing that is going to help them do the thing that they're doing. You know what I mean? Like I want to be that support person that's like, you know, we can take care of this thing for you. Here's what we got to do, and just kind of, you know, jump in and do it. And I also want to, you know, I want to enable other people to do this stuff. So I want them to be able to come to the meetup and be like, so I have this question. I'm trying to figure out how to do online giving on our site. I want people to be able to do donations. We've tried this. Like, what's the thing? What should I be doing? And, you know, I'll give them a whole list of stuff, and then I could be like, you know what, I can get Matt to do a presentation about it, and boom, you know, we can do a whole presentation on the thing, and he can probably end up getting a bunch of people to sign up to use it. And so, you know, it could be any of these types of things. You know, I'm just trying to figure out how to put all these photos that we take, you know, while we're cleaning up trash on our on our website. What do I do? And that's, you know, those are the kinds of things that I'm really interested in helping people do. So.
And I bet they would like the help.
Right, exactly. So we're going to be partnering with a local nonprofit and kind of, you know, having a place to do the meetup and do all of that stuff. And then I just got to spread the word and kind of explain to people, hey, you know, let's make it happen.
Speaking of spreading the word, I already almost forgot, half hour in. San Diego, people, best gift for your person, sending them to WordCamp. Tickets go on sale February 16 at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They sell out fast. So if you even think you're going, buy a ticket. You can always sell it later if you're not going to. I'm just saying, you didn't hear it from me.
And not even like sell out fast. They sell out so fast that if you're not watching social media, if you're not sitting in the room with the people that are hitting the button that turns on the site, you're probably going to miss out. Like really need to watch.
Yeah, I'm surprised they told the time. Because usually, like for Orange County, I remember the first time it sold out in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that first time I went in 2013, and you didn't know what time. You just kept refreshing it, you know, refreshing. And yeah. So they're doing it in batches.
Yeah, so make sure
they're doing it in batches.
Oh,
but
nice.
I wouldn't want to be like, who's to say the first batch isn't like 75% of the tickets? I would just make sure you get it. You know, don't get all like so caught up in Valentine's Day you forget to buy your WordCamp ticket to San Diego. That's all I'm saying. Because then the next one in Southern California is Orange County at July 9 and 10.
Yeah.
You'll be sad.
So make sure you watch this website. I'm gonna post it in the chat.
Subscribe to their emails.
Yeah, definitely do.
You could follow them on Twitter and like them on
when
Facebook
they sell
too.
out. you're gonna be that person that's gonna go, oh, but I really wanted to go and I can't get tickets, and no, sorry.
2 days before, trolling the hashtag looking for a ticket, like, I'm just saying. Right. I see it. I saw it in LA. I was doing LA saying, oh, I need a ticket. Can anybody give me a ticket? I'm surprised they weren't. I'm just saying. So just if you think, like, buy the ticket and then you have it, then sell it to the person who didn't plan ahead 2 days before.
Yep.
Because you see, all your friends
I've never
are
done
going.
on Watercooler. That's something I've never done on Watercooler is buy an extra ticket and then give it away.
Why not? It's a good contest thing.
It is. I should do that. You should do that. These people out here watching, they should totally do it.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Roy is Roy, hopefully I haven't read this yet. Are you pitching us a softball or is this a legit question? Let's see. Bridget, you want to read?
So let's say you're using the Give plugin and you want an awesome chart for your donations. Should that be in the WP admin dashboard or something like a short code that you can show more? Something like a short code that you can use on the front end. I would like to know the difference between the dashboard and the front end. What is the front and what is the back?
The front end is what everyone... So the front is where everyone's...
Because there's front-end developers and there's back-end developers, right?
Yes.
I hear them self-identifying.
We will define all of it. So front-end being the public-facing side of the website. That is,
you mean the website?
The front side.
The actual website.
The actual website.
Yep. So what's the dashboard? The middle of the house?
No, that's the back end.
Oh, it is?
That's the dashboard. Yeah.
Oh, I think the back end would like be behind that.
Well, the back end, if you're a back end developer, it means that you're building a bunch of stuff that doesn't actually show up on the front the front side of the website. That's more of like the hardcore functionality pieces, where a front end developer could be somebody that does like JavaScript or something like that, but they're also building, like if they're the designer or something, then it even adds additional stuff to the front end. So now this
question really confuses me because he's saying, oh, here you are. Do you want it to be on the front end? So you don't use a short code on the front. So are you using the term front end to be the dashboard?
Something on the front end.
Oh, to display something on the front end.
Yes. So should it be like, hey, short code give WP donations for the past like month or whatever, and you put in like the date or something, and then it shows you like a cool like pie chart or bar graph of your donations.
Like, look how much money we made, or look how much money has been given. Or some little like
cool.
Or should it be
should definitely be on the front. Or it could be both. It would be nice to have the option.
Or should it be on the back end where you are a little bit more of the administrator, right? And you can see charts of like a line graph of donations over time. Like, oh, this month we made X amount of dollars. The next month we saw X amount of dollars. And you see that in the chart.
I do know that they have that on the back end. There's the donation stuff that shows you how much has been given and all that sort of thing, which is kind of one of the reasons why we really wanted to use Give.
Yeah.
But they have an awesome API that I'm working with, and I want to take that data. I want to take that data and make a cool like chart using D3 or Chart.js.
Nice.
So you can actually.
I endorse the chart making because people are visual, and here's what I'm thinking, Roy. Off the top of my head, you know how people make different donation forms for, like, they have several different funds?
Yes.
Available? Yeah, to donate for? A pie chart would be bitchin' for that.
So a different piece of the pie for each form?
No, a pie that shows percentage-wise how much people are giving for each fund.
So as the total, the percentage of the thing. Like I work at a church, so we want to know like how much of the percentage of the giving was for the church itself, and how much was it for all the different initiatives that we have. Yeah.
And here's the other thing I was thinking about. Take notes, Roy.
Start writing.
So, I mean, I never told this to any of the people I work with, but you just made me think of it. You know how on GoFundMe, like a really big competitor, says
No.
you can make your donation public, and you say, "Oh, Bridget Hood just gave $25."
Right.
That they do that because, oh, Jason Tucker gave that lady $25. I better give her 30. That's what happens. We do that. We're human beings, and we're wired to, oh, if somebody I know did it, then maybe I should do it too. That would be interesting. They're not going to go build an add-on for that just because I thought it was a good idea. But an API guy.
Well, that's already in the API. I can see in the API from the recent donations to anything that Jason recently just donated $10, and I can spit that out somewhere because that's in the API data.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like charts because they're visual. And I know they have a bar. They have a progress bar. But for the back end, or whatever you want to call it,
I want to look at all the data across time and compare, be able to compare. So I like the idea of having, if you have multiple funds, the pie chart was a cool idea. I like the idea of a line graph with multiple lines. So you can actually compare, hey, 1 month this form did better, or this fund did better, and the other month this one did better, blah, 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 blah. Comparing the two.
Yeah, because the accounting people would love that.
That's who I code for. Cool. Just the accounting people.
Well, I mean, who else gives a crap?
I don't know.
Like you're saying, Bridget, if you're trying to social engineer people, if you're trying to like social engineer people by saying like, oh look, this person gave so much, then that's
different. That's to motivate other people to give. But for the reporting, the charts are great because then you could bring that to your boss and say, hey, since we installed this plugin, it was worth spending blah, 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 blah for the extra. Everybody wants reports and data to justify their life.
So if you're saying that, let's say the accounting person is going to use these charts, then that should be in the WordPress dashboard, not something that is displayed to the public.
Yes.
Right.
So a dashboard plugin.
Now, another thing that would be neat is, now that we're talking about, give and how this would work, is the idea that you have these people that like don't, like in our case, in our organization, is that we have people that have no business being in the back end of WordPress.
Yes, including
like at all. But if there was a great way where there was like this like hash of like, something that just makes it so it's available for just that person, you can give that link to them and say at any point, as long as you have this URL, you can log in and check it out.
Well, so if it was a short code, then you could put on a page and you could password protect the page.
Yeah, true.
Okay. I like the way you're thinking because see, this is my problem, Roy, is I'm the one that builds the website. Nobody else in our nonprofit knows how to do it, and I've not made them admins, and I don't want them there. But they're going to want those reports.
This is what Bridget was asking, front end and back end.
I don't know what it's called.
This is middle end. This is like it's hidden from everybody but me. I need a page that has all the graphs.
The middle earth, and on this side, the public. Okay, I like.
Roy, I need you to build Middle Earth for us. And then you build Middle Earth.
I mean, I don't make the CSS that makes the theme, but I fill in the boxes that are in Middle Earth. So
I don't know how to notate that. Can you tell me what I should write on my notepad?
Middle
Earth building.
Middle Earth.
Come on, you have to be a Lord of the Rings guy, right? Come on.
No, he does
not.
Science
fiction, but it's
just because we're under the assumption that Roy is very geeky, and he may not be. He may be one of these he may have been like one of these like jocks in high school, and then he just like picked up programming, and that's he just watches football all day long, and then
I've always been a Star Wars fanatic.
Star Wars is awesome. That's why.
Never read Lord of the Rings. Never watched the movies. I know it's a travesty.
Oh, really?
But
Okay. Well, they gave you nightmares, if that makes you feel better.
It does. Sure.
It was scary. It was really scary.
I want to watch them, but here's the problem with being a geek, because I can't just watch them. I have to watch the extended super duper version, which is like a 4-day investment, and I don't have 4 days to give up. And I'm not going to watch it in any other format. I'm going to watch it.
You have Middle Earth to code.
Yeah, I have Middle Earth to code.
Well, that's why. So I'm new. Okay, I don't know how else to explain this. I just know that people call themselves front end and back end, and we do some agency work. So so I've been like putting the content in the boxes, and then there's things that I can't fix because they're not in those boxes. If it's not in the dashboard in boxes, I can't fix it. If it's behind that veil, then that to me is the back, and the front is what people see.
Yeah.
So if the front is so I thought maybe the dashboard was the front, because the back is what makes the dashboard happen.
It's super conceptual. What my logic but when you're talking about WordPress as far as like managing, then yes, that's back and front. If you're talking about code, then you're talking like PHP versus HTML, CSS.
No, I fill in boxes. I fill in boxes. If there's no box for it.
Grant in the chat room's asking. He's asking about. I'll read to you for the folks that are watching this later on. I'd probably build it around short codes. You can always build dashboard pages using the short codes as well, right? Question mark.
So yeah. So what I could do is create dashboard pages which use the same class or PHP that the short code would use. So like you would go to the WordPress dashboard, see a chart, and then you would know, hey, to get this chart, use this short code, and then you can put that on a page.
So is there a disadvantage to using a short code? Why were you asking that question?
Because if you use a short code, you're assuming that it's public or that it's going to be visible for someone who doesn't have login credentials, right?
Oh, okay.
So do you want that data visible? Do you want those charts visible? Do you want people to see that, your line graph or your pie chart with all of your donations over the past
Can you click a box that gives it a choice?
Well, you could password protect the page.
Oh, okay.
I could see a good reason to show it publicly. Let's say that you're doing a campaign where like the previous year, you're wanting to show only the previous year's worth of stuff. So you could say like, hey folks, in February, here's how our giving was for February, and then show that chart of the stuff that happened in February. Now it's kind of weird because it's like you're just showing static content, so it's just going to be the same all the time. So, great cacheable content. But the idea is that now you can look at that and say, oh yeah. So last year you guys did this, and the previous year you did this, and so you can
But that's based on if you're using the same form. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter what form or fund.
Where does the data come from?
Your API.
Yeah.
I mean, can you import data from somewhere else? Like, say you only started using
GIF,
because that's what
we're saying. You're saying, Roy. So if
could you do an
aggregate, or you just do an aggregate of all of the forms and say, in February, here's everything that happened, and then display it just as one, the total amount of money that came in.
I think the donations are lumped together, and then from there, I have to cycle out individual form. Like all the donations are one API call.
Right.
Within each individual donation, it's like, oh, this came from form 1, this came from form 2. So I can further dig into it after that. But yeah, it first comes to me aggregated.
Yeah,
so Jacob in the chat room is asking if you if you could show this live. Have you by chance? I'm curious. Have you ever done something with livecoding.tv before? It's kind of like Twitch for programmers. No joke. It's like a way of like showing your screen while you're programming and being able to. It's the funniest thing ever, though. I've watched this guy like struggle for hours writing Python, and I was like, oh my gosh.
So I know
it's like watching golf.
Twitch is very popular within the coding community. Actually, there's a whole Reddit subreddit for like Watch Me Code. I think it's actually the subreddit.
You don't
community.
watch Lord of the Rings, but you're into Reddit. Come on. Reddit's way more geekier than
that's because people post my stuff on Reddit, so I have to go to Reddit and like.
Do they?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
watch people code. That's awesome.
So the problem with watching people code or watching me code is that Google will be open like half the time. You're just going to watch me. It should just say watch me.
Right. Watch me Google.
Watch me Google. That should be all it should be.
That would be awesome. I could totally do a watch me Google while at work.
Exactly. That's all it would be.
People come into my office, like, Jason, I have this idea. How do I do this thing? And I'm like, one moment. And I go, can you say that one more time for me? And I say it. I type in word for word what they're saying, and I hit the button. I'm like, watch, guys, check this out. Boom! First one. There's the answer. It's great. I love it.
Awesome.
It's totally
like
trolling
this idea, Roy.
your. Yeah. So, if you do that, Jacob totally wants to watch.
I think this is a great idea.
I don't know what Jacob's into, but he totally wants to watch some dude code. So make it happen, man.
Yeah.
I just think it's super interesting.
To watch people code.
It's kind of like watching paint dry. With
It's
a little
really
bit
not
of
that
golf thrown
interesting.
in there.
So is this a REST API thing? Is this
no? Give has its own API because they're rebels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just do the marketing.
Shouldn't you know this? Don't you like work for them?
She's not a coder.
I'm not a coder. Even if they said it to me, I probably wouldn't have got it.
Well, market to developers by saying it has an API. It's not the REST API because I don't know why.
It has its own API.
It has its own API. I think it's based on the EDD API.
Okay, probably because I think that was a forking thing.
Yeah, because Devin knows. Well, Devin's awesome.
Devin forked it.
Yes.
Yeah, he gave a really good presentation at WordCamp LAX about forking code. That's the only reason why I know that term exists. Other than two roads diverge to the yellow wood.
Devin's a forker.
I know that means that you took it and you altered it, but you gave attribution because you're awesome. Is that close?
When you fork something, you are taking a copy of it, and you can modify it to make it better. But then you would create a pull request, which is saying, "Hey, original person I got this from. Here's my new code that made your code way more better."
Right.
Merge
on
it in.
GitHub, right?
Yes, usually on GitHub, Bitbucket, whatever. And a lot of companies will do that as well, right? So like I am working on the AMP plugin. Have you heard of Google AMP?
Yes, we talked about it last week on this show.
I'm sorry I wasn't here, so I just forked it today for work.
We made fun of it for about an hour, so it's all right.
Yeah, so I just forked it for work, so I'm working on something like that.
I decided I liked the accelerated mobile page version better than the original one. It was kind of embarrassing. I had to leave the show.
Dude, this site sucks.
Yeah, Jacob and I liked it a lot better. And it was
like we're watching WebKing's website, and we're like, oh, let's look at the app version of it. Oh, so much better. There's no MIDI playing in the background. That's awesome.
Which one was better? I didn't get it. Oh, man. Anyway.
I will have to watch that episode.
But here's the thing. We appreciate you being on the show, and I'm really interested in the progress of this. So give us an update for sure, Roy.
Well,
because that sounds awesome.
I'm gonna have it.
He's right.
Are you working on an add-on?
Show up as an add-on. You'll be cutting him checks.
Like I said, I just do the marketing. I have no idea what's happening.
She goes, so we have add-ons?
No, I know we have add-ons.
No, I'm working out a deal with Matt Cromwell. No, I'm just
oh, cool.
I'm writing.
Tell us secrets you're not allowed to divulge.
Yes.
I just think it's
all right, Roy. We're just recording this.
Easier.
It's no big deal. It's just public record. It's all good.
You'll see tomorrow.
You can neither confirm nor deny.
There's 4 hours of coding left, and
I did not fork that code.
I'm not forking anything.
Oh man,
I'm putting my notebook away.
Okay.
I'm not good anymore.
Okay, that was great. No,
hey, Roy,
I'm glad
we got
to
you
ask
sitting
my
here.
question. Oh yes.
Well, we got you sitting here, Roy. Let's answer this question together. How about that? What does learn JavaScript deeply mean? How deep am I supposed to go?
How deep is your love? Is your love? How deep is your love?
Well, Roy,
I don't know if this is an inappropriate question or not.
I mean,
how deep should this person go? I mean, do you go all the way to the other end of the book and then you just start the next book, or do you only stop halfway, or like what do you do here?
Can I predict that Roy will say start with Angular?
No. So
I messed up, man.
So
I'm gonna have to start trolling your Facebook now.
He's like,
Mario,
start with C++ and then work from there.
First invent the universe. You cannot bake an apple pie without first inventing the universe.
Yep.
Mario, are you still
philosopher and a coder?
Mario, where are you at right now with JavaScript? Have you started at all, or are you starting from scratch? Because the answer will change.
Yep. And Mario, if you want to jump in for a minute and ask the question, you can hop in the hot seat, or just ask in the chat.
Not from scratch. All right. So here's Josh Pollock and I spent a little bit of time talking about this on an awesome podcast that I won't mention again because I think
it's fine, man. You should mention it. You should hold a shirt up with it.
So the WP
background.
We had an awesome.
I sent people to your.
I know. I got that tweet. I don't know.
Those 10 other viewers were from us.
Yeah, I sent those your way, buddy. Just FYI.
I got it. I appreciate it.
Oh, you changed your time to 9 o'clock on Fridays now? Is that
Fridays at 9 a.m.? Yes, we switched our time up because
9 a.m.
Pacific time. WP crowd.
Pacific, yes. Anyway.
So
Josh and I recorded an episode on there, and we talked about this whole thing. So you're not starting from scratch, but let's just say you are starting from scratch. No, don't pick up Angular. Pick up Jquery. Jquery is going to be your
of course,
easiest thing to pick up, just to get an understanding of how JavaScript works. And from there, you can actually learn vanilla JavaScript, like default JavaScript. And then you can go to something a little bit more intense. So you're saying right now you already know Jquery. So I bet you don't know enough about it, so learn some more. But if you are fairly confident with Jquery, then I'd recommend learning a framework. And this is where I'll plug Angular and say you should learn Angular. But React is also a very popular framework right now. Backbone, which is used by WordPress currently, is a piece of garbage, so don't learn it at all. Don't spend your time.
Oh man, are you allowed to say that? Are you going to get ostracized or something?
So I actually said that at WordCamp Toronto, and right when I said that, the lights turned off. And I.
You're like, wait, is it powered by that? What's going on here?
Behind the curtain.
Someone said Nathan was watching the live stream and turned off all the power simultaneously.
That's awesome.
But I don't recommend learning Backbone because it's a pain in the butt. There's a conversation on Advanced WordPress Facebook group about it. Unless you are heavily doing something with the WordPress media uploader, that's like the one thing that's really powered by Backbone. And if you're like planning on changing and revolutionizing that thing, fine, learn Backbone. But otherwise, even automatics move to React with Calypso. And I'd imagine, hopefully, that they're going to eventually move out of Backbone as well. Learn a framework. I recommend Angular because I find the learning curve very
layers. Just to make your answer a little more concise for the audience, because this is my only purpose on the show. Jquery
is the beginning. Yes.
Angular.
Yes.
You don't give yourself enough credit, Bridget.
What?
Start with Jquery and then move to a JavaScript framework.
And then when you go to a framework and you want to start with Angular and then.
Well, no, then there's no N then.
There's one that starts with an N. What's it called?
Well, no, you can choose React.
Whether the framework
or
React, Angular, React, or Backbone, but Backbone's a piece of crap, so just avoid it.
So Mario's asking about the whole idea of
where is it deep? Where do you become deep in that? Is that going down to the framework, or is it just intensely knowing it?
It depends on dreams. Well, no. So the deep, I think, is an opinion, right?
The question is, what does deep mean?
Well, I think that depends on how deep you want you considered. I think it's an opinion. Like if I taught you,
so what's yours?
Oh no. So if I taught you, Bridget, how to fade something in and out in jQuery, like, and you were amazed by that fact that you knew how to do something in jQuery with that's actual code, you'd be like, wow, I'm pretty deep in the JavaScripts now. And that would be deep for you.
I would never say that. I have too many geek friends that would crucify me.
You'd be like, I'm deeps in the JavaScripts, and that'd be fine for you because you don't code very often. But someone who codes JavaScript a lot might find jQuery just scratching the surface, which I personally think it is. I don't mean to kill you over there.
Sorry,
right?
I'm getting over
some water.
I thought I muted it. I can't laugh. I'm listening.
Need a breather?
I tried to break her earlier.
Oh,
there's no
anyway, it's all dependent on what you want to do. So, like, learning a framework it's good, but what are you going to do with it? And so you might not need to get there. jQuery is going to allow you to do a lot of stuff that you need to do for themes, for plugins. It's only when you want to build out an application, like a JavaScript application, will you need to pick up a framework. So you might not need to get there in your own development life. So jQuery is as deep as you're going to go.
Like the ocean.
Like the ocean.
If
says the lyrics.
You asked about.
But
you
if
also
Matt
asked about
says he wants you to, if Matt Mullenweg says he wants you guys to learn it deeply, does that mean that there's going to be more applications? If learning a framework is required for an application, does that mean there's going to be more applications? What is your prediction, Roy?
Well, there's my predictions and what I want to see happen. What I want to see happen is that WordPress is used by Middle Earth and everyone behind Middle Earth, people who want to just check boxes.
Yes.
Right? So I want Bridget to be able to check boxes and input fields, right? But I want the result of that to be a awesome JavaScript application which runs on mobile devices and native apps and completely irrelevant of the server and WP Engine and all that. Like, I want JavaScript to be this cool, awesome thing that you are just checking boxes for, but it's doing something completely awesome with it.
Makes sense.
But I mean, that's
Does that mean it's more user-friendly to the non-hardcore dev?
Here's the thing about it this way. So, like, let's say we set a JavaScript application, right? And I wanted to create a JavaScript application that actually manages the website, right? So, like, you log into WordPress right now, and you have to click post to manage your blog posts and stuff. But let's say you don't have a blog because, whatever, WordPress sites don't always have blogs. Yeah, crazy. But there's other things that are on your website. And so when you click on like a post and you have like 1,500 meta boxes, right, that you have to fill out for every post, and it's like whatever all the fields are. But what if the UI for that was actually catered towards those boxes instead? And what if the UX was built around that data that you actually need to input, right? So it's not, let's take the concept of a blog that we're kind of adding data to make it do something else. We're going to build an application which allows you to edit for the content that is actually going out on the website.
Right.
Oh, so a content editor app. Is that what Calypso's supposed to be? I haven't tried it yet.
Well, like a website editor app. So think of the WordPress dashboard, but it being unique for every single website, because every single website's a unique website.
You almost said, but cooler.
Right? No, too.
I saw it.
Yeah, well, definitely cooler, but your site has a blog, that other site doesn't have a blog, but they have e-commerce. Right. So maybe the UX of the backend should be different for them because they have to focus on pricing. And when they log in, they should see better graphs and charts and stuff, right? They shouldn't have to see blog posts.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, that's all they see because that's what WordPress is focused on. So that's kind of the first step. I see a lot of people, and it's already kind of been done, but people are building out applications which are taking over just the administrative side of it. And eventually the client side, the what visitors see, will eventually also be, I hope, JavaScript
we just
applications.
Need the CEO dashboard side of the whole thing, so you can make sure that that person does not get in and try to break things.
They just want reports.
Well, you could have a different app for every user, right? So a user logs in and they have a whole different JavaScript application which just shows them like monies, and that's it. Like, here's the application for the accounting team. Here's
like
the
Google Analytics.
Yeah, exactly, just like that.
But better, because that sucks. Somebody fix that. Not to get off topic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I could build you a chart for it, but it's already a chart, so I don't know how to make it any better.
I don't know. I feel like Google, I love Google, but I feel like they're really hard to figure out.
Have you ever played with like Adobe Omniture? No. So it's like Google Analytics, but it's like $15,000 a month.
Yeah, you use that, right, better. Bridget?
It's just a used car every month. Yeah, sure.
It's some ridiculous amount. It's an
enterprise
level analytics tool. Yeah, they were bought out by Adobe, or I think Adobe or someone.
Crazy.
Whatever. It was just Omniture for a long time. Wow. But yeah, they're enterprise level analytics. So basically, they're really awesome, but again, you're not paying for Google Analytics, so you can't really complain.
Right.
No, that's true. But it's just surprising because I don't know. I just thought it would look better. But maybe Google doesn't care.
They don't.
I guess that's the whole Google Apple thing.
Yep.
We have a question from Kevin Hoffman about some script or something.
Let's see here. With WP_localize_script, what is the purpose of defining a handle? Well, for localize, huh? I don't have a good one. Roy, you have a good one?
You have to associate a localized script to a like a script. So the handles have to match. So you can't just have a localized object like defined out without a corresponding script, like a JavaScript file that goes along with it. I don't know why it does that, but it's just the way that WordPress is with that localized script thing. So, I mean, that function takes on 3 variables. The first is the handle, which needs to match another handle, the name of your object, and then the array of all the data. But I don't know why
it needs
purpose of the handle. Yeah, I asked Matt Mullenweg what he thinks because I had no idea.
He's clarifying his question. He says, does it make sure the localized array is loaded before the handle, or is it kind of like a dependency?
You don't have to. I've created the array before and after.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, isn't it just because it's all in the same? It doesn't really. It's not like it's a linear thing where you have to do it beforehand or have to do it after. It's kind of like when you're using like filters in a way, right? Hooks and filters.
Yeah, it could make sense for dependency, but I couldn't imagine a localized object needing a dependency of something. Like, let's say your script that you're connecting it to is dependent on Jquery. I couldn't imagine your localized object also needing to be Jquery, like dependent on Jquery. Kind of exists on the page. It makes no sense to me. It seems arbitrary. Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes things don't make sense, and that's just how it is.
That's my answer.
I do it this way because I have to, not because I want to. You know what? Just make a wrapper for it. Not
you don't want to use WordPress? Don't use WordPress.
Exactly. Just throw the table.
Oh my god! You guys like have that like copied and pasted on hand?
You go down and click the slash on the bottom there, and you can flip tables all day long if you want.
Oh, is that like
just
Giphy?
type in /table flip and it just flips the table.
You mean you just write in table flip?
Yep. Do it.
Oh. I feel all this pressure
You must
all
do
of a
it.
sudden. What do you do when you have peer pressure, G.I.
You
Joe?
shrug, see? Ta-da, shrug. Uh-oh, see, Roy's getting into...
Oh, is that how you
Roy's
guys have
getting
been
into
doing
the
that?
advanced ones now.
I just sort of figured out Giphy on Slack, but that's like a roulette. That's like chat roulette. Some of it's NSFW.
Devin, you're going to have to
never
write
know
a whole
what you're gonna
script
get.
just to do it. I'm sorry. We're not going to show you how to do it. You're going to have to just figure it out yourself. So,
Do we have any more
yeah.
questions? Or we're just having a
I think
riot
so.
over
We're just
here in
flipping
the
tables
chat.
left and right.
The table.
Flipping tables.
Hello.
Bridget, is it weird having
Hold
like
on.
your bosses and coworkers and stuff just like randomly just jump in and say hi? I'm waiting for, like, one
Sometimes
of
I
my
kind of
bosses
freak
or
out in my
coworkers to
brain,
jump in
and
and
then
say
I
hi.
hope that I don't say something stupid.
I'm not a boss.
I don't know.
I know.
I try not to think about it. I don't know. I just go, oh, I'm stage
We've got
fright.
a flat company culture here, so nobody's above anybody else.
You hear that, Bridget? Run stuff.
Okay. It's
You
on
run
record
stuff.
now.
Bridget, you were just tasking me with to do.
Why did the electricity
know.
go out? You didn't pay the bill.
We all write tasks for each other in Asana, so it's very lateral that way.
I still prefer them in GitHub, but Asana will do.
Yeah, trolling your coworkers in Asana is pretty awesome.
You joined like after our whole give conversation. What's up with that?
Yeah, dude,
Like,
we talked
that
about
was
it
perfect
like an hour.
timing.
You owe me $20 now at least.
I was
at least
watching
$20.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. It's my time of night.
2 episodes in a row.
Did you watch that like on Netflix or something or what?
No, I got
it.
DVR, man.
They live
What
streaming
was
that
it?
stuff
A
now?
good conversation or
We were talking about Roy was talking about building charts.
I took
Should they be on the front or the back or the middle or middle earth?
He even used
for the dashboard.
Yeah, I even defined what a front end and back end developer was to Bridget.
Thank you. I still don't get it, but
that's related to give. But yeah, we did.
Well, because you're asking should you put it on the cloud or something.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense though. Yeah.
Roy, you're going to WordCamp Miami, right?
No, I'm not.
Aww.
I was asked to speak, and then I had to back out.
Oh man,
I wish, but not happening. I will be in San Diego though.
Good.
Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. on the 16th. So
I know I'm going to be a speaker, right, Devin?
I wouldn't count on it. I would just buy your ticket and then
make sure you get your calendar.
Sell it if you.
I
think I'm probably going to
go buy like 10 tickets to every single WordCamp I go to, and then I just like throw them out in fields.
You could give them out on your show. Why don't you give them out on your show?
Because people don't want WordCamp tickets. We tried this with WordCamp US. We're like, all right, WordCamp US.
What are you talking about?
We bought like 4 extra tickets, and I tried my hardest to give them away. I'm like, just listen to the show, and I'll give you a ticket. Here, have a ticket. No one wanted them. I had 4 extra tickets.
That's because you're in Philadelphia.
If you went there and you actually signed in, if they had all the name tags out, there's probably 4 Roys with every all my different handles and emails. Because
nobody wants to go to Philadelphia in December. Crazy people. I watched it on my computer.
I will try. I will buy a couple extra tickets and try to give them out for WordCamp San Diego.
They sell fast at San Diego.
Giveaways with WordCamp tickets we found don't work either.
You know why?
Like, let's do that again. I'm like, no. Yeah.
Because they're $40, not like $400. They're $40.
Hey, maybe if you include travel and hotel and time paid off work.
Well, yeah,
and all
that's what who did that? Someone did that for WordCamp US. They bought the ticket.
Oh,
They
it was
gave
actually it was
Post
a
status.
sponsorship.
Post status. They gave out like a tickets plus airfare plus hotel. Like there's a whole package.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, no.
Are you? Well, I know the
No.
foundation did also
There's
for a one
Awesome
woman.
bench on Balboa Park that I can let you sleep on. It's about all I'm going to give you.
Don't they have a website called Word Crash or something like that?
They do.
Yeah, but
That's a good
you're in
idea.
LA. You can just drive down. I'm the luckiest. I'm 65 miles away from San Diego.
You're in Middle
away
Earth.
from LA.
Yeah.
I'm literally.
you're in Southern California's Middle Earth.
Yep. That's
Better than being the
no.
armpit, I'll tell you that much.
One thing I will say, if you're going to WordCamp San Diego, try to I forgot the name of the hotel. One of the hotels that they recommend, book it, and then get there late because then they're going to run out of rooms and give you a suite for free. And it happened to a couple people last year. I got like a 2-bedroom suite out of it. No, you
but
should
you forgot
count on
what the name of the hotel was conveniently.
it. It was the one
like,
that
I'm
was
not
across the
telling you.
street from that other place.
You know that one?
It was like
hotel.
Across the street from the other place.
it was like
It's across
5
the street
blocks
from a
away from
Starbucks.
it was like 5 blocks away from the speaker dinner the night before, the speaker sponsor dinner. It was super close. I don't know San Diego that well.
Yeah, me
I don't
either.
either.
I don't know anything about
But
San
it's
Diego.
at Balboa Park, and there's not.
San Diego is
forgot
part
about
of California at some point, but I don't know anything else about it. It's part
It's
of
the best
part
damn
of.
place ever.
Yeah,
It is.
no,
I love it when I go there. It's great. I just don't
America's
know
finest city.
no. Everything south of LA is Mexico.
Messed up.
anything. At some point, we'll talk about WordPress again.
Wow. Oh my God. Totally derailed.
Oh man!
I'll
did
bring it
that
back
happen?
to Devin. I'll
Wait,
ask Devin what he
we got
wants.
derailed.
Devin,
No, we derailed
Oh,
like a
what
train
kind
wreck.
of charts should I be building for Give? I'm building charts.
Using a library or what? Your own charts?
Using your fancy API, I'm going to pull into D3 or Chart.js and make some cool stuff. But Bridget suggested a pie chart that had all your funds together, and then a piece of the pie was for each fund.
It's gonna be this huge pre-block with just a bunch of ASCII.
Yeah, it's like which donation forms performing best, which donors are giving the most. I mean, this is stuff we already kind of have, but
that's not really a chart though. Highest donors.
Yeah,
I mean, like a bar graph.
You can.
Yeah, something like that. I figure.
Histogram.
What if it was like one of those like carnival horse races where it was like, and then
that'd be so cool. Like
it's animated.
Yeah,
You're
You could pull real-time data out of it.
I'll throw in WebSockets.
Just Ajax the whole thing, dude. Have at it.
WebSockets and Ajax, and yeah, it'll be an auction/donation.
You're just gonna rebuild Google Analytics on the back end of Give. It's gonna have everything. He's gonna have a bid tracking. He's just gonna have everything in there.
Sounds like a job for back. No, go away, Kevin.
Kevin. Oh man, that's funny.
It's gonna have a map with like all the little.
Ooh, you know what I could
here's
do?
something.
I could use this other plugin called Google Maps Pro to bring in the API data.
I don't like.
So
I haven't heard anything.
So you know where
it.
your highest donors live, like
Ooh,
location wise.
That's interesting.
Sort of the name of the plugin.
Maps Builder Pro. Get it straight, friend.
Didn't she do some work on it? Get the name right.
Google something Pro.
But then we could look up all of the different things that are in the Yellow
Google's
pages
not
that are around
new.
it. And then find all the different Yelp reviews
Gmaps
using widgets.
Gmaps Pro.
It's going to be awesome. We can find all of the open tables and then be able to just go and get food. Get the money that you just got out of the Give.
Jason
We'll
Tucker
go find
knows
the
all our
highest.
plugins.
Well, the horse race will tell us which is the highest donor, and then the map will tell us where they live, and then we'll use OpenTable to grab a reservation with them. And then
But if they're a business, you can get all the reviews about them.
That's funny.
We just did the entire thing. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Devin,
Don't you
we
also have a
covered
review
360,
plugin?
360.
yeah.
Word
Several.
You know what?
You guys also have like a review plugin, a Yelp plugin or something?
Yelp.
We're having
Yeah.
a Facebook plugin soon.
For reviews?
And Google
Yeah.
Places.
Facebook page reviews.
See?
Sorry,
Perfect.
Bridget. I don't actually know the whole lineup. I just went on the internet.
Oh, cheater. It's not an open book.
We'll get it. We're gonna create a plugin that uses all of your plugins together.
Oh my god.
Plug Inception.
Whoa.
And just
that
all
might
the
already
APIs will
work.
communicate with each other. No, it's good for you.
Wait,
Then you have
did you just say it's not going to work?
I said it's already in the works.
Oh.
Because then it'll be a package
God.
deal, right? Because you'll have to make them buy the pro version of everything, but then they'll have an awesome kick-ass backend dashboard. Sorry,
The Middle Earth.
did I confuse you? Middle Earth.
Has anybody used P3 plugin performance profiler lately?
No,
It's a
Not
GoDaddy
lately.
plugin.
not lately. Why,
Way
you've been
too
seeing
serious
some
of a
weird stuff?
question for this conversation.
Have you been seeing
Well,
weird
get-
stuff with it or what?
Yeah, I mean, I just got an IM from this guy, and he's like, I really want to use Give, but it's crashing my site. I'm like, what do you mean it's crashing your site? He's like,
It's conflicting with all 900 other plugins I have installed.
yeah, it's like, I mean, at least I don't know how he got
Namespaces are all screwed up.
And he's like, does it have issues with Gravity Forms? I'm like, I don't
No.
think so. No. I mean, and then he said, P3 plugin profiler says it's off the charts. I'm like,
Isn't
I'm
that a
running
good
it
thing?
right now. Let's see. No,
Like when
none
something's
of
off
it.
the
It's supposed
charts, isn't that really good? I don't understand your urban language, but as far as I know, off the charts
He's
means
from San
good.
Diego. They speak a little different.
No, he was
Bridget, you
referring
live
to
in Middle Earth. Can you translate for us?
Oh my god.
What does off the charts mean?
It's like when a record is so great that the sales are off the charts. It's a good thing.
No, I heard it's supposed to give you useful info. If you want to see some whack charts, check out this plugin. It's showing me all sorts of charts. I don't know if I get any actual info from it, though.
I'm going to link to my plugin right here.
That like is a self-contradiction. It's really great charts. It tells me nothing.
I'll show you. I'm sending you a screenshot. Can you send a screenshot and blab?
We can
Oh,
paste
no.
it. Paste a
A
URL to it.
link.
Oh, that's probably
Oh my god, you guys are making me laugh too much. I'm gonna have to take some more cough medicine.
Devin, I couldn't do the intro because I kept breaking her. she couldn't focus at all.
Sleep
It was
deprivation,
awesome.
cough syrup, and coffee. It's not a good combination.
Yeah, I heard you were sick.
Yeah, I'm getting better though.
I'm just gonna tweet it.
What a good boss knows that their employee's sick. Heard you were
Everyone,
sick.
they have a flat organization.
Oh,
He
sorry.
didn't know anything about his
Also, I put it on Facebook.
He was too busy watching Wheel of Fortune.
That's
I
probably
buy
time
it
to
now?
drop it in.
Oh man, you guys are funny.
Oh boy.
Or I just don't get
What-
enough social interaction. One or the other.
You need to go
Well,
to
you're in-
more WordPress meetups.
I am going.
Yeah, did you go to your
my
first one
regular?
She
I
did.
went to my first. It was really.
Which one did you go
She
to?
said she compared it to this. She's like, it's just like this, but like
No commute.
But in the real world.
I didn't say hi to Jacob. I totally freaked out. I slept. I bought my Girl Scout cookies. I was like, oh my god, where's the bathroom?
What you need to do is kind of like act like the kids at Disneyland and run around with one of those little books and get them to all sign it. You just run around like, oh, you're a famous WordPress developer. I need you to sign this. You
Yeah,
should do it. It'd be awesome.
I know. It'll get better. I just have a lot of social anxiety. It's mostly mental.
Jacob,
But I'm getting used to people.
I'll give you.
Jacob's kind of
I'll give you a big tip. Most developers
Yes.
also have social anxiety. That's why
Yeah,
they're
I know.
developers.
which is why everyone hops on Slack when they go to a WordPress meetup. So,
That's
like,
terrible.
I asked you the question in Slack. Why haven't you replied yet?
We forgot to selfie. I just lost my mind. No, but this Saturday is the social media mastermind meetup.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming back?
Nice.
Yes.
Ooh,
First one of 2016.
I should go.
Yes. I've got to be better because I need to be around my Twitter nerds.
Meetups on a weekend, though.
That's the best kind.
Dude, it's not only
Nobody
on the
wants
weekend.
to talk to me at
It's
7 o'clock
early
at night.
morning. It's early morning.
It's
that's
at 9.
like
That's not early.
that's like prime time cartoon watching.
Oh my god. Okay,
I think,
here's the
like
tweet.
Rebels
Let's
is
go
not
look at
that
it.
time.
Right?
Oh, jeez.
See, Roy, this is it right here.
Yeah, I got it.
No, but I like
That's when my daughter and I watch Adventure Time.
Disney don't comp weekends. No.
No, but the first, I went to the general meetup, Roy, just to be serious. And it was just interesting to me because I do everything backwards. I went to WordCamps before I went to a WordPress meetup. Started working for a WordPress company before I went to a WordPress meetup. Started a WordPress show before I went to a WordPress meetup.
Hey, you went to WordCamp, though, so that counts.
Yeah, I've been to 5. 6 if you count US from my chair.
It's like a super meetup.
Yeah, it is. But it was
A lot
just
of people
like
go
this.
to WordCamps, but not meetups. A lot of people don't, like, they know about the WordCamps, they go to WordCamps, but you don't see them at the meetups at all. And
well, anyway, it was really
Just how it
interesting.
is.
I liked all the questions. It was just funny to me that most of those questions we've already heard here on WP Lab.
That's because they all watch these shows and then they don't know what to talk about, so they just start mentioning everything that they've seen on the internet.
Well, it was good for me because it wasn't like totally foreign. That's what I mean.
No, with our meetup,
I
I just
figured
go lazy. I just play your guys' shows like on the big screen. I'm just like, here, they'll answer your questions. Leave me alone.
Hey, that's my kind of meetup. I like this kind,
Mine has free beer too.
Well,
we work
Orange County one does too.
That's
if
sweet.
you're a beer drinker. But anyway, we're glad to have you here on WP Lab.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up, Bridget? It's almost 9 o'clock.
Before I cough up a lung.
Yeah. All right.
Look for my Give chart plugin on the open source.
What are you going to call it? What are you going to call it? Give chart plugin?
Call it something better than that.
You're the marketing person. You give me a name. You have to market it.
You can call it like Devin is okay-ish.
Yeah. Devin, sell it for $9.99. I'm giving it to you for free.
Roy gives back. # Roy gives back. I don't know. I come up with ideas better after I dream. It's no joke. I dreamt last night.
Oh,
yeah, when I dream at night, it's like my subconscious can't trust myself to be awake. I had a whole great blog post for #ILoveWP and how WordPress changed my whole life. I should have just woke up and wrote it right then, because now I don't remember it all. But I dream that kind of stuff. So I'll come up with a good idea in a couple of days.
Chart sucks. I built this. Yeah, I think something like that. Give charts.
No, because it'd be more of just a different way to view it. Because the charts on Give aren't for the front end user, right? Am I using that term right now?
Yes.
It's just the user.
I learned fast, I promise.
At this point, it's just a user.
All right.
I'll think of some.
Always good to have you on. Appreciate it.
I'm around.
Sounds good.
I'm around.
Bridget, we record this every Thursday at 7:30. Why 7:30? It's because we pick 7:30, so that's when we start. So make sure you go to our website, WPwatercooler.com/WPLab. Check out all the stuff that's there. And also we record Mondays at 11 o'clock for WP Watercooler. And we're starting up pretty soon here. We're going to be doing WP Watercooler Recommends, which is our recommendation kind kind of like tutorial type thing, reviews of various plugins and stuff under 5 minutes. So make sure you go check those out. We'll be posting some of those pretty soon here. I'm Jason Tucker. This is Bridget over here. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.